Network, network, network. How many times have you had friends, family members, colleagues, professors tell you that the key to your career success is to network? I mean, what does that actually mean, go network? Well, the way I look at networking is kind of like gardening. When I grew up as a kid, I had a family who gardened a lot. My parents had a large garden. They spent a lot of time out there growing all sorts of fruits and vegetables, and so consequently, I learned a fair bit about the fine art of horticulture as a kid. And one of the things that stood out to me is that things don't grow overnight. It takes a lot of time to grow a nice, robust garden. You have to germinate the seeds, find good soil, plant them, fertilize them, water them a lot. And over time, they shoot up out of the ground, they grow, they get stronger, and eventually they bear fruit. But it doesn't stop there. You have to wait for the fruit to become ripe, and eventually you can pick it and enjoy it. And I think of networking in a very similar way. When I was in grad school, there was a woman who I connected with in an informational interview. She was really helpful in giving me some fantastic career advice, and I was interested in a career path like hers. And so we kept in touch over time. She gave me a lot of advice, it was really helpful. And as our relationship developed, one day, a year and a half later, 18 months had gone by, and I got an email out of the blue from her saying, "We have an opportunity for a job in my team. Would you be interested?" And I was honored. At the time, I had another job that I was really enjoying and decided to stay at, but I was just so honored that that opportunity came to me. And in fact, it even led to the chance to share that job lead with a number of people in my network who I was able to refer to her. And so I was able to help her by giving her some referrals and help some people on my network. I often think of that just like the gardening. It takes time for relationships to develop. It doesn't just happen overnight. And eventually fruit does come. But the cool thing is the fruit isn't always just for you. In that example, I was able to give her some referrals. And so while I turned down the opportunity, which would have been really cool, I was able to help somebody else I knew. But the story didn't stop there. A couple years later, she reached out to me and mentioned that her company unfortunately had to lay some people off, and asked me if I could help do a career transition workshop for them. And I was thrilled. Not only had she helped me so much, but now I had the opportunity, based on the advice she'd given me in developing my career, to give back and help her and a number of her colleagues. Networking is like the fine art of gardening. You plant the seeds, you water them, you nurture them, and as time goes on, you pick the fruit. And don't forget, the fruit is not just for you. As you develop a strong network, you can help a lot more people than just your own career.